Bro, I booked a flight back home. Yeah, back to Dubai. But there's a problem, man. There is a 16-hour layover in Toronto. Yeah, I know, man. It's a lot of hours, but do you know what to do in Toronto for 16 hours? So the first thing I did when I landed in Toronto was to get a SIM card. Now you might be wondering, okay, what happened to my SIM card that I had in Edmonton? So I was traveling from Edmonton on April 29th and I landed in Toronto on the 30th of April, on the morning of the 30th of April, and I had a layover of around 16 hours. So that means my flight to Dubai would be very late in the evening in Toronto, so at like around 10-11 p.m. in Toronto. So I told the SIM card companies that I need my SIM card, which I already had in Edmonton, because you can use the one SIM card for the entirety of Canada. So I told them that I need it cancelled on the night of the 30th, the night of the day I'm leaving, right? Because I couldn't use it until the 1st of May. My billing cycle is renewed the 1st of every month. So if I had stayed till the 1st of May, they would have charged me for the month of May as well. But then I'm not going to be here in Canada in the month of May. I'm going to be in UAE, right? So I told them I needed it cancelled on the night of the 30th. But what these guys did is they cancelled it on the 30th day itself. So the moment the 30th day began, they cancelled it. So now I had no SIM card. Even though I already had the plan, it was no use. So now I had to get a new SIM card. So the moment I landed in Toronto, the first thing I did was to get a SIM card. So now I'm going to walk you through my entire layover in Toronto. So first we landed in the Toronto International Airport. I got my SIM card and that SIM card costed me $30. And then from there I took the Union Pearson Express train to go from the station, so from the airport all the way down to downtown Toronto. So I think the train takes around 25 to 30 minutes to get from the airport all the way to the Union Station in downtown Toronto. So for that it costed me $12.35. Alright, so I just landed in Pearson International Airport like around 2 hours ago, and currently the time is, so I landed like around 7 a.m. and right now it's like 9:15 a.m. And then from there I took the UP Express train from the Pearson Airport to Union Station. So it took like around 25 minutes to get to Union Station, and currently I'm at the Union Station. I think it's called the Great Hall, and so from here for the next, I think 10 hours or so, I'll be exploring downtown Toronto. So let's go. And then from the Union Station I walked all the way to the CN Tower, and I think it took around 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm currently on my way to the CN Tower. So I just exited the Union Station, and so the first stop I'm planning to go is the CN Tower. So we just go there and then probably check out the this creek, and yeah, see you guys there. So you're here at the CN Tower, as you can see here. Yeah, that's the building. So I guess from here we'll take our next stop to the CN Tower was one massive structure. It was a pinnacle of architecture. It just overlooks the entire city of Toronto. And then from there I went on to the Harbourfront Center, which again overlooks the beautiful Lake Ontario. Took some pictures over there, and I think from the CN Tower to Harbourfront Center it takes around 5 minutes, again around another 5 minutes. This is all was possible again because the weather was really good. It was just 11 degrees and there was a light drizzle in the air, so it was a perfect weather for exploring. So that right there is the CN Tower. Oh wait, that one right there, and then here you can see the harbor. Yeah, let's go to the next stop. It's kind of drizzling at the moment, but
turn left.
Yeah, it's really good weather because in Edmonton it used to be really cold and dry. Feels like here it's a little bit more humid. And then from there I was a little hungry, so I went to this restaurant called My Dosa place. So it was like a South Indian restaurant, and I ordered this dosa and it costed me $15.81. Alright, so after exploring the CN Tower and the Harbourfront Center, I came to this Indian restaurant and I ordered a masala dosa, and that's what I got. Look at that. So I'm gonna eat that and we'll start exploring again. And I had that. It was a really good filling breakfast. And then from there I went on to Nathan Phillips Square. The restaurant to the Nathan Phillips Square took around, I'd say like 15 minutes or so. Okay, just had a big paper masala dosa. Now I'm gonna go to Nathan Phillips Square. See the 3D Toronto sign. Let's go there. It's a usual place for tourists or people in general to come and take pictures of the famous Toronto sign. So I took some really great pictures over there. I'm here at the Toronto Nathan Phillips Square. You can see the 3D Toronto sign. I've seen this in images, much more beautiful at night when the lights are turned on and there's a water show and people skating. And then from the Nathan Phillips Square I walked to the Eaton Centre. There's something called the Toronto Eaton Centre. Now the Toronto Eaton Centre is located in this place called the Yonge Dundas Square. Now Yonge Dundas Square feels like New York, but just a Canadian version of New York. It was a very diverse and enriching place. It felt alive being at the Yonge Dundas Square. And then from there I walked all the way to the University of Toronto. I think this was the longest walk between 2 points, because from here all the way to the University of Toronto took around, I think, half an hour by walk. So that was the longest walk, but it was worth it because I took some stunning pictures of the beautiful architecture, the old antique design of the buildings. And then from there I went on to the Toronto Public Library. University of Toronto to the Public Library, I think it took around 15 minutes. It took around 15 minutes. Hi folks, I'm here at the University of Toronto campus, and now I'll be making my way to the Toronto Public Library. So let's go there. It is the largest public library system in Canada with around 100 branches, and it has a collection of over 26 million items. So I was in the library and I sat down at one of the tables. So it was like a 4 or 5 story building, very spacious, very massive. So there was like lots of room to explore, and there was a table and I had to charge my phone because my phone's battery was kind of dying. I charged my phone and I was really tired by this point because I hadn't slept for around 30 hours. For nearly 30 hours I've had no sleep up until this point. So while the phone was charging I just felt sleepy. I couldn't hold my head, so I just rested on the table itself, just put my hand on the table, took a rest like that, and I think I slept for like 1 hour without myself knowing. Luckily it wasn't a long nap. I didn't just doze off like that. Luckily it was just 1 hour, and when I woke up I was like, oh shoot, 1 hour has already gone. And I just took my stuff. My phone was luckily charged, everything was with me, all the belongings were with me safely. So I just took them and went on to the next location. And then from the public library, I was again really hungry again. And then I went on to the restaurant called the Kothur Indian Cuisine. It was a really popular restaurant over there. It was really high rated. And I ordered a biryani. And the biryani costed $19.20. After having a lunch, I went on to pray at a nearby mosque. And then after finishing praying, I took my leave, and then again I went back to Union Station, and again it costed $12.35 for the return trip back to the Toronto International Airport. Now I might be the only person to ever have done this, but I have never tried Tim Hortons ever since I landed in Canada in my very first year. Now this has to be a really big embarrassment, because I might be the only person to have not done this. So I was like, okay, before leaving Canada in my first year, I am going to try the Tim Hortons. So I went on to the Tim Hortons located in the the Toronto International Airport. Before leaving, before taking my next flight to Dubai, I was determined to try it. So I went to the Tim Hortons, got a cup of ice latte, and that costed around $5.30. Now, I was taken away by all these high prices in Ontario, because I'm used to the 5% goods and sales tax back in Edmonton, because in the province of Alberta it is 5%, but in Ontario it is a whopping 13%. So that's the reason all these prices are a little bit higher than what I expect to see in Edmonton. Now in total it costed me exactly $95 for me to explore Toronto during my 16-hour layover, and I think that was pretty decent because I explored a lot of places, and for the amount of sightseeing I did, I think that is pretty worth it. So this was my best solo trip that I have ever done in my life. I still keep recalling this trip every single time, even though it was exactly 1 year ago, but then one of the craziest moments of my life. And yeah, that was for my layover in Toronto. I hope you took some tips if you are ever having a layover in Toronto, which is more than 10-12 hours long. So yeah, so I'll see you in my next video. Take care. What's up guys, so I'll be leaving. I'll be vacating this place. Yep, that's my room. Yeah, I'll miss this place. 8 months. Yeah, I guess life goes on.